What's going on, everybody? DJ here with 2 Raw TCG, bringing you another deck profile. And today we've got the Shaddoll deck. Now, unfortunately, because I did not bring my full tripod with me to Kansas, I am using a smaller tripod. Therefore, the angles of this video are going to be like off or whatever, and then I'm using like this light right here, so it'll probably be some kind of glare to it a little bit. I'm going to try to see if I can get a better focus here. Let's see, let's do that. Let's place that there. Alright, so first start off, we run 2 Shaddoll, or Shaddoll Wendy. She basically, once she gets pitched to the graveyard by a card effect, she can special summon a Shaddoll monster from your deck into face down defense position. So 2 of her is perfectly fine. 1 Ariel, because all she really does is banish cards from the graveyard. 1 Kios, which honestly I'm probably going to cut from the deck because I don't ever use him like at all for effect or anything. I don't use him. But that's it for the newer Shaddolls. Then we run 3 Shaddoll Squamata. Really good. He is a level 4 1800 attack monster. When he is flip summoned, you can destroy a monster on the field, and then if the card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can send 1 Shaddoll card from your deck to graveyard. We run 2 Beast. He's just 2200. He's probably the strongest one out of the original Shaddolls. When he's flipped, you draw 2 cards, but you discard 1, and then if he's sent to the graveyard off an effect, you can draw a card. We run 2 dragons. Show you guys here. I keep placing them down. I apologize. So we run 2 dragons. Basically, when he is flip summon, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, return to your hand. If he's sent to the graveyard off of an effect, you can target a spell or trap on the field and destroy it. Next, we run 2 hedgehog. Same thing, flip effect, you can add a Shaddoll spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. Since the graveyard by effect, you can add a Shaddoll monster from your deck to hand. So, and then we run the last of the Shaddolls, we run a Falco. This is basically, if he is sent to the graveyard off an effect, you can special summon him into face down defense position, so that's actually pretty good. When he's flip summon, you can target 1 Shaddoll monster in your graveyard and special summon it in face down. So you can really, I mean, it's a once per turn effect. So if you bring him back and then he gets into the graveyard again by a card effect, like whether you fuse him or whatever, you can just go ahead and use that same effect as long as it's within the a different turn. We run 3 mathematicians, of course. Summon, you can send a card from a level 4 or lower monster from your deck to your graveyard. So easy way to bust off the Shaddoll effects. Excuse me. Also, your newer Shaddolls are also treated as just standard Shaddoll monsters, so their effects will kick off as well. When it is destroyed by battle, of course, you can also draw 1 card. 3 Trick Clown. Now, I'll be honest with you, this is going to get cut once I add in, it's going to get cut down to 1. Once I add in the Damage Jugglers and the, what is it, Hat Tricker, I believe is what it's called. But right now they're just in there as light targets for BLS, which it's BLS, like it needs no no explanation. 3000 beater can remove cards from play, or it can what's it called? I think it can make a double attack. Can I make it? Yeah, if it destroys a monster, you can make a second attack with it. So 1 Dark Arm Dragon. Just you need, the only bad thing about this is you need exactly 3 dark monsters in your graveyard, which is where the banishing cards come into effect. If you can get enough like just to even it out to 3, you can summon him and then use his effect by banishing another dark monster from your grave, and then you can destroy a card on the field. It does target, so that's the bad thing. And then the last of the monsters, we run one Red Blossom from the Underroot. I'll be honest, I haven't used this at all, so it'll probably get cut too. I only threw her in there because of her effect to you banish a spell and trap from each player's graveyard, and then you can basically tribute her, and you can target a fusion, like an extra deck monster from either graveyard. You can banish it, and then you can special summon a monster from the extra deck that's different type from that. So there's the only reason she was added, because this deck, of course, uses the extra deck a lot. So that's that was the monster lineup. All right, so spells, we run 3 Shaddoll Fusion. You already know what this does. Just fuse, bring out a Shaddoll fusion monster. 3 El Shaddoll Fusions. This one is really good because it's a quick play. We run 2 Super Polys. Again, really good because it's a quick play as well. 1 Instant Fusion. I'll be honest, I'll probably cut this because I think I've only used it once. And I don't think it really won me the game. 2 Allure of Darkness, banish a dark monster, draw 2, draw power. 1 Foolish Burial, pop off the effects. A Monster Reborn, basically to really bring back anything from anyone's graveyard. And then, of course, I have 1 Raigeki. Just because right now, because there's not really much locals or anything going on, I've been playing like my brother-in-law, my brother, and like a few friends, and like they play fucking cards that just form the board, and it just annoys me. So Raigeki really helps, and they're super cheap now. They're not like they were back in the day where they were like $17, $18. So you can go ahead and pick those up for, I think, for like $2 a piece. And then the traps, just 2 traps. Shaddoll Incarnation, really good card. You can target a Shaddoll in your graveyard and special summon in either face up or face down defense position. So if you bring back a fusion monster, you would of course want to place that in face up because they don't have any flip effects. But of course, if you bring back one of the non-fusion monsters, you can place them face down. And then, of course, if they get flipped or whatever, they can pop off their effects. When this card's in the graveyard as well, you can also activate it, and you can change a face-down monster to face-up defense position, pop off their effect. Or you can change a face-up monster into face-down defense position, and then, of course, once they're attacked or whatever, you can flip it the next turn, and you can pop off their effect. And then, of course, you can only use this once per turn. But in order to activate either of these 2 effects, you have to banish this and a Shaddoll card from your graveyard. So it could be a Shaddoll spell card, it could be a Shaddoll monster. It does not matter. It just says Shaddoll card. So that is it for the main deck. This is a budget build, by the way. I did not say that at the beginning. So all I did was buy 3 of the structure decks, and I honestly just really put them together. Aside from Raigeki and Monster Reborn, I believe, are the only 2 cards. Oh, and Red Blossom. But like I said, this deck is definitely going to be fixed up. I'm thinking of running the Invoked engine into this. It's just that Invocation is super duper expensive, and I don't know if I want to spend money on 3 copies of that. So we'll see. All right. On to the extra deck. Extra deck, honestly, only thing that matters in this to me are the Shaddoll monsters. So we run 3 Construct, which is a Shaddoll monster plus a light monster. So that's where Super Poly really comes into handy. With the deck, you can steal one of your opponent's light monsters or whatever, and you can bring out Construct. I run Grista. Honestly, I don't know why I have this in here, to be real with you. It's a Shaddoll monster and a fire monster, and I don't have any fires in here, and I don't think I've played anyone that runs fire monsters, so don't know why I have that in there. 2 Winda, which is 1 Shaddoll and a dark monster. 1 App Colony, which is 2 Shaddoll monsters with different attributes. So not a super poly target. So that sucks. So this super poly, these are super poly targets, super poly and super poly. Also super poly would be Shikanaga. And then we do 1 Wendigo, which is also super poly target because it's a wind monster, and then and Annoyatelis, I don't know how to say that, which is also another super poly target, which is a water monster. So that is why it's really good to run super poly in this deck, because pretty much all the targets here are super poly targets. And then the last fusion monster that I play is Dragostaplia, whatever how you pronounce that, Predator Plant. So this is a fusion monster plus a dark monster, so you can take any of these fusion monsters here, and you can take a dark monster from the deck, or you can take just another dark fusion monster or whatever. And then you can summon it, and then it says once per turn you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, and you can place a predator counter on it. And if it is a level 2 or higher, it becomes a level 1 as long as it has predator plant counter. As long as it has a predator counter, and then you also negate the effects. You negate the activated effects of your opponent's monsters that have predator counters. So really good. It's a quick effect. It's once per turn, so you can activate it on your turn and your opponent's turn. And it's just, you know, you can go in and you negating motherfuckers. We play 1 Abyss Dweller. That's like the only Exceed monster that I play in here. Nothing much to it. 1 Shaddoll Construct, which honestly I've never made, but it's a pretty good card. I mean, you do 2 flip monsters, so 2 of the original OG Shaddolls, and then you can of course use this card to fusion summon using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. And it also says if this card is in your graveyard, you can send 1 Shaddoll card from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon this card. So really, I think it's a really pretty decent good card for the deck. And then the last 2 cards I play are Decode Talker and Decode Talker Extended, which I never go into. I just needed 2 cards to fill up the last 2 slots in the extra deck. And right now, like I said, because I'm gotten back in the game, I don't have many cards. And these 2 are just there, and I was like, oh, they look, you know, pretty cool. And so I just got them, and plus they're just 2 effect monsters, 2 plus. Well, they're both link 3, so pretty much 3 effect monsters is what you need. I don't know why they won't put that. They just put 2 plus effect monsters, but I understand that you can also link them from a link 2, so you can like use her and then another monster, and that makes link 3. So that is it for the deck. Again, like I said, this is a very, very, very budget built deck. The deck is definitely going to be changed within the coming few months. We do have a update to the ban list, I believe, that should be coming at the end of this month of May, because I think they said something about the current ban list being in effect until like June 1st or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. Yeah, while I'm in Kansas, I'll try to find other videos to make for you guys. I know I've been focused. I know this is supposed to be like Yu-Gi-Oh and Dragon Ball, but I've done a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh just because, like I said, the guy that I did play Dragon Ball with, I don't know if he stopped playing, but he hasn't been playing, so I haven't really been buying anything. But all the new shit that's coming out for Dragon Ball looks hella dope, so I will for sure be buying the upcoming structure decks for Dragon Ball, which I believe dropped June the 5th, and then I think in July they dropped the next booster set. So be on the lookout for the Dragon Ball content starting next month, and then more Yu-Gi-Oh content, because I will be getting another box of Magical Heroes, and then probably a case of Eternity Code. And then I'll probably open like 3 or 4 of those boxes of Eternity Code, and then do a giveaway for like a box or 2. So that's all. I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out. Peace.